Hey everybody, Ben here from the Bonehead podcast and welcome to Black Orc starting rosters. So we are covering each of the teams that have been spoiled in the Blood Bowl 2020 rulebook, and we're looking at the different builds you could take if you are planning on using them for your next league. So normally at this point we look at the changes from old school Blood Bowl to the new season. However, the Black Orc team is brand new, so there's nothing to compare it to. So this is the first of the new teams that we get to look at. So it's really fun to look at the different builds that you can run. So before we move on, what we're going to do is we're going to have a brief of the 3 different player types that you can take on the Black Orcs team. And starting with the Troll. So you can have up to 1 Troll, and it is a trained Troll, which means it gets the Loner 3+ rule. Now, trolls have been upgraded ever so slightly with the vomit special rule as well, projectile vomit, which kind of works like a stab action. So they're still really stupid, but that 3+ loner does massively help them. Now, positional number 2 is the namesake. It's the Black Orc itself. So you can get up to 6 of them, and they're 90k each. Movement 4, strength 4, agility 4+, passing 5+, and armor 10+. So these are your Black Orcs of old. This is what used to be a solid part of the Orc team. They've now changed to big uns, which got slightly faster. So these are the slower ones, the Black Orcs at movement 4. They do, however, come with grab. So every one of them starts with grab, which means you can position your victim, which will help you with chain blocks and with fouling. But they also come with Brawler, which is a strength skill that allows you to make a block action, and during a block action, if you roll a both down result, you can re-roll 1 dice with a both down result. So it's a poor man's block. It's Juggernaut works for blitz, Brawler works on a block, so they kind of got pseudo block. So for 90k you get strength 4, so you're 2 die blocking and you get to re-roll a single both down. These guys are going to do some serious damage, and they get general and strength as well, so you're going straight in there. You can upgrade it to block, you can start out with mighty blow or with guard. This team is going to cause some serious hurt. They also come with goblins, but they are not your regular goblins. They are 45k. These are goblin bruisers. So movement 6, strength 2, agility 3+, passing 4+, armor 8+, dodge, right stuff, and stunty. But they also come with thick skull because they're bruisers. So for 5k more, you get thick skull. So they're almost not stunty if you think about the different roles. So they will be able to stick around a bit more often than your standard goblins, but they still are movement 6. They've still got that 3+ stunty dodge everywhere, and you can still throw them with the troll if you want to. The team's rerolls at 60k, so it's kind of a medium build. It looks to be a really interesting team. A lot of people have said it looks like a bad version of the Lizardman roster. I prefer to think of it as a semi-stunty team, like a weaker ogres, maybe. I don't know. It's interesting. Honestly, spam grab is going to make this team play really interestingly. You've got goblins that can run up and foul, and those guys are going to get guard really, really quickly. So the first roster we have for you is the no troll build, and I know it might appear like I'm not a huge fan of the troll. I just can't necessarily advise it all the time because it can be unreliable. The train troll with a loner of 3+, will be more useful. So if you get that really stupid fail, you've got a 3+ chance of being able to re-roll it. So it's considerable. So what we're doing with this first build is looking at, if we don't take the troll, what can we afford to run? So you can get 6 Black Orcs and 6 Goblins and 3 re-rolls for 990. So that's 12 players, so you get a bench. You get all 6 of those Black Orcs. Now those strength 4 pieces are not going anywhere. They're armor 9, so you shouldn't need to replace them too often, so you can save up for that apothecary. But having all 6 live immediately means you're going to be able to farm those casualties to get you the SPPs, to get them their first level ups. And where you start with these 3 rerolls, the only thing you are saving up to buy is the optional troll, really. I mean, okay, you can pick up the apothecary, but then you're kind of looking for 115 for that troll, and then you've got 7 players with strength 4 or 5 on that line. You start chucking in some guard, some mighty blow, and there are going to be very few teams that can stand up against you. But if you want to start out with that troll, you can do. So for 970, which gives you 30k to spend on dedicated fans or to save for your next Black Orc or an Apothecary, you can take the troll build. You get 5 Black Orcs, 5 Goblins, 1 Troll and 3 rerolls. So you still get a ton of strength and a ton of consistency there with your 3 rerolls. Like I said, the Troll, Loner 3+, not the worst. You're going to have to keep him supervised, but you've got 5 goblins there. So what this does do is you lose 1 strength 4 piece with Brawler and Grab, and you get to replace it with a throw teammate option and that strength 5 piece. After you start with this roster, you're really looking to save up for either 50 for your Apothecary if you want it that early on, or just straight away 90k to get you that 6th Black Orc to hit that ridiculous 7 Brawler status. So we've looked at 6 Black Orcs, we've looked at a Troll. Now let's consider combining them together. So max strength. You can afford to take everything right at the beginning. 6 Black Orcs, 5 Goblins, 1 Troll, 2 rerolls. So you do lose a reroll. This roster comes in at 1 million, and it's hey, if you want to start out with some strength, you can do it. So the Lizardman roster, I don't think you can afford to take the Crocs and all the Saurus with anything more than maybe 1 reroll, maybe not even that. This roster, you can take all 7 strength 4+ players and have a bench and have 2 rerolls. So if you do want to start out with all the strength in the world, you can do it here. You're going to have to be very careful for your first few games, because 120 is quite a lot to save for, especially when you're going into this with no fans and no cash. So you're looking at a good 3 or 4 games before you get that 3rd reroll. However, that's 3 or 4 games where 7 of your players are going to be piling on those casualty points, getting an MVP, getting those level ups. If you go this way, you will win almost every fight, but you may not win every game. 5 Goblins though still gives you plenty of maneuverability with the ball. You gotta maximize your cage game. Grab will help with that. If you come up with a straight brawl match, you've got a good chance of the max strength build. If you come up against anything agile, they're going to escape and you're not going to be able to catch up. That is a lot of movement for, and no rerolls. Say no rerolls, 2 rerolls instead of 3 rerolls is going to limit your ability to just even go for it, to take that rush action to keep up. So vulnerability of this team, movement, rerolls. And the pro is all you are saving for is that reroll, and you are already building up those SPPs. So if you're feeling a bit gambly and you just want to punch things, max strength all the way. Otherwise, it's 6 Black Orcs versus 5 and a Troll. Interesting team. I personally cannot wait to run this. The cool thing is, if you look at the starter box, the Thunder Valley greenskins look like, or at least in the box, you get Varag. You get a Troll as well. But if you don't want to run the Troll as a Troll, you could run Varag as that Troll and have it be more cohesive. Or the Age of Sigmar, they have the Uruk guys. They have a big boss guy who is a suitable stand-in, similar armor. I love these models. I love the way this team's going to play. And we've not seen it before. So, going to be really interesting. I hope we see the Thunder Valley team. I hope we see the Black Orc team perform really well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these rosters, what you're going to be running, what you think of the Black Orc team, and what team you want to see next. See you next time.